Welcome to the Virginia Hospital and Healthcare Association's Patients Come First podcast series. Podcast episodes are available on VHHA.com and on popular podcast hosting apps including Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify, and many others. We're a member of the Public Health Podcast Network, Virginia Audio Collective, and the Family Podcast Network. Podcast episodes also air Sundays at noon on 100.5 FM, 92.7 FM, and 8:20 AM across Central Virginia, 16:50 AM in Hampton Roads, 105.1 FM, and 10:50 AM in Lynchburg, and Wednesdays at 1 PM on 93.9 FM in Richmond. Please send questions, comments, feedback, or guest suggestions to pcfpodcast@vhha.com. That's pcfpodcast@vhha.com. Today, we're excited to speak with Jessica Williams, a lactation consultant on the mother-baby unit at Chesapeake Regional Healthcare. She joins us for a conversation about her work, Chesapeake Regional Healthcare's recent recognition for excellence in lactation care, and more. With that, welcome to the show, Jessica. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be with you.
We're happy to have you. It's our custom to start our episodes by getting to know our guest a little better. We know you are a board-certified lactation consultant on the mother-baby unit at Chesapeake Regional Healthcare, as well as a licensed practical nurse, bringing more than 14 years of experience working with new moms. I'm sure those few professional details only scratch the surface of who you are, so if you would, please share some details about your unique personal story with us and our listeners.
So I've been in women's health since I graduated nursing school in 2004. So I'm passionate about it, both sides. I earned my lactation certification and license in 2012 just because I was doing some classes and more interventions with moms, and I wanted to go ahead and take that extra step to become board certified. But I've spent so much time in women's health on the mother-baby unit as a floor nurse and now as a lactation consultant that's just really where I find joy dealing with those mothers and babies. And being at Chesapeake is such an honor just to be with all that we offer our moms on the floor and all that we offer in lactation. So it's been really fun for me and a really good journey.
The Chesapeake Regional Birthplace has 7 professional lactation consultants who contribute to the maternal child health team and work with new mothers. Jessica, I'm wondering if you can provide our listeners with a brief overview of what lactation care is and the role you play in supporting new mothers.
Absolutely. So we're a full-time lactation team. We have a team that's here in the mornings from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then we have a lactation consultant that's here in the evening from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., as well as 2 lactation consultants that are on the floor as nurses that can offer support to patients as well. We cover labor and delivery. We cover our mother-baby unit, and then we also cover our NICU for those babies that are needing some extra special care. We can see moms down in labor and delivery, so we can kind of go over the expectations for the first 24 hours and what they're looking at and kind of get an overview of what they're thinking and what they're wanting. And then we can follow their labor journey. So are there any things that have happened over the course of that could interrupt breastfeeding or could, propose some challenges that we may help to face together? And then when they come to mother-baby, we're together not long after admission and they get settled to just kind of kick things off and start working with them on their feeding journey. And then we're in and out throughout the day. So we round back on them again throughout the day, but also they have access to call us at any time for any feeds on demand. So we can meet with them at all times. And then a lot of times it's not a matter of passing you off at night so that whether or not you have care throughout the night. The nurses are phenomenal at offering that, but we also can say, here's a lactation consultant that'll be with you all evening through until tomorrow morning. So it's really a continuity of care that's present with lactation.
Thank you so much. And you kind of touched on this in our first question, but I'm wondering if you can share with us how you found your way to this work?
Yeah, so I just started on the mother-baby unit at another hospital, a very small unit, and I was a mother-baby unit nurse. And I started to have an interest in the childbirth and breastfeeding classes. And so I started doing those for a little while just with information from what you see on the floor. And I decided that I wanted to go further. And so I looked into becoming an international board certified lactation consultant and did all of the steps that I needed to do education-wise. And at that time, you needed 1,000 hours of experience on the floor. So being that mother-baby nurse and working with breastfeeding with mothers, at that time, we did not have a board certified lactation consultant where I was located. And so the hospital helped me take the steps to become board certified. And then I started with my journey. And then I actually started working with a local college to help their nursing students to kind of understand some of the challenges that they as nurses on a mother-baby unit, may face with breastfeeding and just the clinical side of things so they could understand the challenges that sometimes are presented with a sick baby or a baby who, clinically just presents with some problems. And then I was able to begin my journey here with Chesapeake Regional 4 years ago.
So Chesapeake Regional Healthcare was recently recognized by the International Board of Lactation Consultant Examiners and the International Lactation Consultant Association for excellence in lactation care, with the system receiving the IBC Care Award that honors excellence in staffing board-certified lactation consultants as part of the healthcare team and for working to promote, protect, and support breastfeeding. That sounds like quite the honor. Could you tell us what it should signify to the public and what it means to you and your colleagues?
Yeah, we are so excited for this. It's been a journey and a goal of ours that we've been looking at for a while. And I think just for the public, it gives you that reassurance that coming in, you're going to be supported. There's so much that goes into pregnancy, not just worrying about how labor is going to go, when I'm going to go in labor, what will those things be like. Then immediately moms are faced with the challenge of how am I going to feed? What happens? What can I expect? And I think at Chesapeake Regional, the lactation team has just done such a good job of working together to say, hey, how can we support these moms in the best way possible? And that means working with our NICU babies and making sure that we can, anticipate feeds within the first 24 hours, being certain that moms are getting that golden hour. So down in labor and delivery, they get 1 hour that's just to themselves, just to bond as a family, and to really work on that very first feed, which is so important. And then we have our pumps that are available to moms as well. If there's a challenge and they're not able to, get those first feeds at the breast, then we immediately have pumps available for them and we can get that service started. And we can continue with that service because we're one of the only hospitals in the area that has pumps available for rent. So we have true hospital grade Medela pumps and we're able to get those together for moms and pack them up and send them home with the same grade breast pump that they would use while they're here as well. And then we offer breastfeeding classes. So from the start, you can come in and register with us and you will have a breastfeeding class from 6 to 8 p.m. when it's offered that month, and it's taught by one of our lactation consultants. And we just really get an intimate setting together. We keep those classes pretty small just to make sure that you're getting your questions answered and that you kind of know what to expect and what we offer here at Chesapeake. And you don't have to deliver here at Chesapeake to have those breastfeeding classes. I think that's what's so amazing is we can offer the opportunity to the public just in general to say, hey, this is what may happen or could happen or what to expect on your breastfeeding journey.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And thanks so much for being with us today, Jessica. Before we let you go, we do have a tradition on the Patients Come First podcast to ask our guests a pair of fun personal questions. To keep things interesting, we've got a list of 10 mystery questions. So why don't you choose a number between 1 and 10 and I'll ask you the corresponding question.
All right, let's do 4.
Number 4. Which, if any of the following things do you consider most plausible? Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, or UFOs and aliens? If none of those apply, but you believe in something else along those lines, please share it.
I am absolutely 100% that the Loch Ness Monster exists. If I'm swimming, I want to see my feet at all times. I don't want there to be anything dark. And the original photo that circulates out there from the possible Loch Ness Monster, I 1,000% believe that that's real.
I love your enthusiasm for that answer so much. It's amazing.
Yes, it's the water. The water scares me.
Awesome. Do you want to pick one more number?
Sure. Number 7.
Number 7. If you could choose one superpower to have or any one skill to instantly master, what would it be and why?
Ooh, I think it would be flying. So sometimes you think mind reading, but I don't really want to know what's going on and with those thoughts. So I think just being able to fly from area to area and be able to just move around and kind of get to something as fast as I could, I think that would be really cool.
Awesome. Well, that brings us to the close of another episode of the Virginia Hospital and Healthcare Association's Patients Come First podcast. If you like what you heard, please make sure to leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and subscribe so you know when new episodes are released. And we want to once again thank our guest, Jessica Williams, for joining us today. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much.